Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you. I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Okay. How many hours a day are you training?
I take it serious. Listen. And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because...
The air crackled with anticipation as Mike Tyson, the undisputed heavyweight champion of his era, lumbered onto the stage for a live interview on Hot Boxing Talk. The topic of the night was none other than his upcoming exhibition bout against YouTube sensation Jake Paul, a fight that had the boxing world buzzing with a mix of excitement and skepticism. The interview flowed smoothly, with Tyson reminiscing about his glory days and offering insights into his training regime, but the atmosphere shifted dramatically when the topic turned to Jake Paul. On July 20th, Paul played a video clip showcasing his brash prediction. "I'm going to send a shockwave through the boxing world. Mike Tyson's a legend, but legends don't last forever. I've knocked him out." A low growl emanated from Tyson's throat. His eyes, once playful, narrowed into a steely glint. The interviewer, sensing the brewing storm, cautiously asked for Tyson's reaction. "Knock me out." Tyson boomed his voice, a gritty echo of his former ferocity. That child has been engrossed in these YouTube battles while playing with cupcakes. He has no idea what hit him. This ain't no game. This is the squared circle. When you step into that ring with Iron Mike, you should be ready to meet your maker. The crowd roared a mixture of nervous excitement and nostalgia for the old Tyson, fueled by the energy of the moment, and continued his tirade. He talks a big game for someone who's never faced a real fighter. July 20th, and I'm going to remind him what happens when disrespect walks into the ring with power. This is no clickbait stunt. Kid, this is a fight, and you better pray for a merciful uppercut when the bell rings. Tyson's words hung heavy in the air. The playful banter had morphed into a chilling display of his trademark intensity, and even years removed from his prime, it was clear that the fire still burned bright within the baddest man on the planet. Cameras panned to the interview screen, where Jake Paul, presumably watching the interview live, had a stunned expression plastered across his face. Whether it was genuine fear or a carefully crafted reaction, it remained to be seen. One thing was certain, the war of words had well and truly begun on July 20th. Fight night promised fireworks and a confrontation between a boxing legend with a point to prove and a social media star hungry for a monumental upset. Jake Paul, never one to shy away from a social media spectacle, didn't stay silent for long within minutes of the interview, ending a video titled "Iron Mike's Effortless Work" on July 20th filled his channels with video. Paul bathed in the cool glow of studio lights and addressed Tyson's threats with a practiced smirk. "Look at the old man," Paul feigned concern, saying that there was only bark and no bite left in that dinosaur. He's scared of what a young, hungry fighter can do. July 20th, that's my Independence Day from the shadow of has-been. I'm going to dethrone a legend and usher in a new era of boxing. Paul's words, laced with a calculated blend of arrogance and confidence, sent the internet into a frenzy. His supporters revealed his defiance, while boxing purists scoffed at his claims. Paul's response had achieved exactly what both men craved, a massive buzz for the upcoming fight. However, beneath the bravado, a flicker of doubt danced in Paul's eyes. He'd previously faced seasoned boxers, but none with the rawness of Mike Tyson's untamed powers. Tyson's threats delivered with chilling sincerity had planted a seed of fear. Could the YouTube star truly believe his own hype, or was this bravado a mask to hide the looming reality of stepping into the ring with the legend only time? And the much-anticipated fight on July 20th would tell one thing, for certain, the world was watching, eager to witness a clash between two titans, albeit from vastly different corners of the boxing universe. It was a fight that promised an explosive mix of nostalgia, youthful exuberance, and potentially a shocking upset.
Tendencies or something, but I don't think I'll be smoking for this fight, and I think I'm going to be really, really irritable and nasty.
Do you have any dislike for Jake Paul? Like, you want to teach him a lesson?
I would do just that, but dislike him, never for money, only glory. I would never risk my health for money.
Okay, give me 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The boxing world is buzzing with fights, unlike any other YouTube sensation. Jake Paul, known for his viral antics and online fame, has set his sights on a true legend. Mike Tyson, this isn't your typical celebrity boxing match. This is a clash of eras, a David versus Goliath scenario where a young internet star dares to challenge the iron fist of a retired heavyweight champion. Just yesterday, the internet erupted with news of Paul kicking off his training camp for the July 20th fight. Gone are the days of flashy stunts and carefree videos. Paul, clad in head-to-toe training gear, posted a grueling montage on his social media channels. Sweat dripping from his brow, he navigated a brutal circuit of sprints, weightlifting, and intense pad work. The caption accompanying the video read, "Red Day, no days off iron." Mike may be a legend, but legends can be dethroned. KO July 20th. This marked a stark shift in Paul's approach while he's trained for previous fights. This camp exudes a newfound seriousness. In a follow-up video, Paul clearly understands the monumental task ahead. Paul addressed his critics directly. They think this is a joke. He stated his voice, laced with a hint of defiance. "They consider me to be a child playing dress-up, but I intend to disprove that notion. I respect Mike Tyson. His legacy speaks for itself, but respect doesn't win fights. Focus, dedication, and the will to win. That's what gets you the victory, and I have all three in abundance." Paul's commitment to training has surprised many. He enlisted the help of a world-renowned boxing coach, assembled a seasoned sparring team, and even relocated to a high-altitude training facility to maximize his conditioning. The upcoming fight between YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul and boxing leg Mike Tyson has become more than just a clash in the ring. It's a war of words fueled by Paul's recent comments that have been widely condemned as disrespectful in a now-viral interview. Paul confidently declared that Mike Tyson was a beast in his prime, but that decades ago, Father Time was undefeated, and it's taken a toll on Iron Mike. Let's be honest, the man is past his prime. Can his reflexes keep up with my speed? Can his aging body withstand my power? Paul didn't stop there. He went on to question Tyson's intelligence, a remark that landed particularly poorly. Everyone remembers the ferocious fighter. Paul continued, but let's not forget the troubles outside the ring. There's a reason why his career went off the rails. Maybe it wasn't just bad decisions. Maybe there were underlying reasons why the comments sparked immediate outrage. Boxing fans and pundits alike criticized Paul for his lack of respect for a legend of the sport. Former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis called Paul's comments disgraceful, while Tyson's trainer lashed out, promising to make Paul pay dearly come fight night. The interview served as a stark reminder of the generation gap in boxing. Paul, a product of the social media age, thrives on controversy and self-promotion. His comments, while undeniably disrespectful, likely stemmed from a desire to generate buzz and get under Tyson's skin. However, this tactic backfired spectacularly. It alienated fans who hold Tyson in high regard, and it painted Paul as a disrespectful braggart. Whether this was a calculated move or a genuine misjudgment remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the war of words has intensified the explosive atmosphere surrounding the fight. Mike Tyson, known for his fiery temper, is unlikely to take Paul's taunts lightly. On July 20th, the boxing world will witness the culmination of this heated rivalry. Silence Paul with a devastating knockout, proving that experience still reigns supreme, or will Paul pull off a shocking upset, silencing his doubters and etching his name in boxing history? Will be through a controversial path. Only the bell can answer these questions.
You know what? You know what?
In July, the 20th fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was thrown into chaos when Paul abruptly announced a sudden shoulder injury, forcing a postponement. This news came just days after a particularly heated exchange between the two, where Paul made disrespectful comments about Tyson's age and intelligence. The boxing world was divided. Many believed Paul's injury was legitimate, a cruel twist of fate, just as the fight was about to reach fever pitch. Others, however, harbored a suspicion that Paul was playing mind games. Fueling these suspicions was a cryptic social media post from Paul himself, a short video showing Paul lounging poolside with a mischievous grin plastered on his face. The caption read, "Tough day of physical therapy, got to stay positive." The internet exploded. Was this a harmless joke or a subtle dig at those who believed in his injury? The ambiguity sparked a firestorm of debate. Boxing analysts dissected the video frame by frame, looking for signs of a fake injury. Fans took sides, some applauding Paul's audacity as if it were a prank. While others condemned him for disrespecting the sport, days turned into weeks, and with each passing day, the truth behind Paul's injury remained shrouded in mystery. No official medical reports were released, and Paul himself offered no further clarification. Mike Tyson, meanwhile, remained silent, a brooding storm waiting to unleash. Then, on a seemingly random Tuesday afternoon, Paul dropped another social media bomb. A new video showed him throwing punches with impressive speed and power in the gym, with the caption feeling great. Back on track for that July showdown. The internet, already on edge, went into meltdown. Was this a confirmation of a fake injury? If so, it was a gamble of unparalleled audacity. Had Paul successfully gotten inside Tyson's head, manipulating the legendary fighter with a well-timed injury? Whether it was a calculated move or a youthful miscalculation remained unclear. However, one thing was certain. Paul had managed to shift the narrative. The focus was no longer on his disrespectful comments, but on his audacity and the mind games he potentially employed Jake's news. Paul's sudden shoulder injury sent shockwaves through the boxing world, but no one hit harder than Mike Tyson himself, still simmering from Paul's respectful comments. This latest development felt like a mockery, a slap in the face wrapped in a sling. Tyson never wanted to mince words. He erupted with a fiery tie rod injury. In a now infamous interview, he boomed with a low growl. That kid wouldn't know an injury if it bit him on his backside. For him, this is all a game. Some social media stunt. He thinks he can disrespect a legend, then hide behind a fake doctor's note. He wants a fight he's going to get 1 August. Can't come soon enough. The interview went viral, the raw anger in Tyson's eyes sending shivers down the spines of even the most seasoned boxing analysts. The playful banter that had occasionally punctuated the pre-fight hype was replaced by a chilling seriousness. This wasn't just a fight anymore, it was a personal vendetta. Tyson retreated to his training camp, a secluded mountain hideaway where the only sounds were the rhythmic thud of punching bags and the occasional roar of defiance from the champ himself. Training sessions intensified, becoming a brutal ballet of sweat, fury, and unrelenting focus. Tyson's team watched with a mix of awe and concern as their once-retired fighter transformed back into the baddest man on the planet, fueled by a fire hotter than ever before, while Jake Paul's social media post from the poolside only added fuel to the fire. Tyson's camp saw it as a blatant taunt, a confirmation of their suspicions. Paul was playing their cryptic caption, and the mischievous grin all pointed towards a fabricated injury. A cruel joke at the expense of a legend. The news of Paul's quick recovery and return to training only solidified this belief in Tyson's eyes. It was all a game, a calculated ploy to manipulate him mentally, and it worked. The fire that had dwindled with age was now a raging inferno fueled by disrespect and a perceived lack of seriousness from his opponent. As the days bled into weeks, the atmosphere surrounding the fight grew thick with tension. It wasn't just about the clash of styles or the generational divide. It was about respect and proving a point. Mike Tyson, the once and seemingly furious king of the rings, was on a warpath, and Jake Paul, the brash YouTuber, had unwittingly unleashed a monster he might not be prepared to handle.